Okay, let's take a look. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Nice, 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 nice. And I see you're playing Shen? Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
So let me tell you, if you don't mind, I'll tell you a little bit of like my
Yeah,
League
sure.
journey. I started playing. I think it was season 8 or season 7, like around the time Zoe was released. I remember that being like the first new champion that was released when I started playing. And obviously at first I was pretty dog shit. I mean, I'm still dog shit now, but I was like really, really bad. And I was playing mid lane, and Ari was my main champion, and I, loved playing her. And then over the years, I don't know what came over me. Just one day, I just decided to pick up a top lane champion, and I started playing Shen. And I really fell in love with that champion, and I love playing Shen. But I recently stopped playing Shen and top lane altogether for a couple of reasons. For one, playing Shen uh it's I feel like it's pretty hard in my elo, not to say that the normal cliche, but I feel like, you know not to some extent as other champions, but I think Shen is reliant on teammates in some regard. um just in terms, I've run into issues of like ulting people and like them running away, etc., etc. And Shen doesn't, I feel like doesn't really have a lot of carry potential in the classical sense of being able to really control a team fight.
Yeah, like do
And
big damage, you know?
right. And I kind of just I got frustrated with that, so I wanted to pick up and play ADC. Uh, just I like scaling. And sure, Shen scales pretty well, but not in the way that is like super fun to me. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Uh, so I started like trying to seriously play ADC within the last month, and this is really embarrassing, but I kind of had a breakthrough where I think my mechanics got a little bit better because up until like a month ago, and I'm talking about like maybe 4 years of playing League, I've never used attack move click or attack move in any regard. I was just fucking right clicking everything, trying to,
Oh
you know,
no.
move and attack that way. And the biggest issue I ran into is that if I'm not super precise with my cursor, sometimes I try to attack and start walking instead. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. And you walk into them somehow and you're like, bruh. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has issues with positioning. And I think that using attack move click kind of mitigates that a little bit. Um, of course, it's not just autopilot. You still have to make sure you position well. But I've noticed that my positioning has been a lot better since using it. Um, and yeah, I actually really like ADC, and the main thing that I like about ADC is that I think it's important to like kind of have one champion you really roll with. And I don't know if this is a noob thing to say, or maybe I'm just naive saying this, but I think that it's a lot easier to learn new ADCs than it is to like learn a new top lane champion. Because I think fundamentally they're similar in what they do, whereas top lane is like they're all over the place.
True,
Uh,
true, true.
and that's why I wanted to move to ADC, is that, you know, playing Shen top lane, even though I had a pretty decent win rate on it and I was climbing consistently, it just felt so bad to get counterpicked. And
Can't do anything, right?
right, and I didn't feel comfortable blinding him, because if I'm up against Aatrox or Gangplank or, Vayne top or any of these things, it's like I'm really, really screwed. Whereas with ADC, I think if I'm in a less favorable matchup, I think it's a little bit more manageable to get to the mid game in a more comfortable spot. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Agreed, agreed.
Uh,
Okay. And what exactly do you have an idea on what you want to focus on, like areas of gameplay?
I think uh, in my analysis of my gameplay, I think I have the most issues in the mid to late game, and I think it usually stems around decision making and uh being decisive with my decisions, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um and let's see. I think that's the main thing, is I think overall I'd rather be in the right situation and fail mechanically than, you know, outplay someone somewhere where I'm like not even supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Right, right. I know what you mean. Okay, interesting, interesting. Shall we take a look then?
Sure, sure.
Okay, so it is a bit unfortunate that we don't have the perspective, the ideal perspective, but we'll
Right.
see what we can figure out here. Because I guess the mid late game we can sort of pretend that we can have perfect info with the map and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm sure we'll see what's going on. Okay.
Yeah.
And we have Bard, and they have Senna Aphelios. Okay, well, how do you feel about this so far? What do you think?
So I think I made a mistake already. Like they outrange us pretty hard, especially when he has his green gun. I don't think that it was really necessary to take that chunk I just took. I don't know.
Right.
My initial like thought process is like looking back on it is what I should have done is I think because they outrange us so hard, they're gonna hit level 2 first. So I think maybe the best play is just to farm as safely as we can.
Well, what made you want to fight here? What made you want to trade here?
You know, Bard hit a Q. I'm like, oh, and you know, monkey brain. He hit an ability. He slowed. I'm gonna go up and auto him.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's a natural instinct for us to just support did something, we should help. Right. So let's think of this from like a we can use this as an example, but from like a theoretical point of view, on Bard Q, what is your ideal follow up? Let's just use level 1. It's simple.
Maybe just throw out a Q.
And that's all, right?
That's all, yeah.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's toss Q. He's slow, right? We have a high chance of hitting it. Okay, what if you don't have Q?
I don't know if there's much follow up I have at this point. You know,
Agreed, right?
If I walk up for an auto attack, then they're both gonna auto me because they outrange me. I think that's
right. So they're just gonna hit us. They're just, auto attack is not a real follow up, right?
Right.
Okay, so let's think of things from their perspective. Okay, let's say we talked a lot about Bard. If Bard hits Q, that's how we want to fight, right? We want to play off Bard Q. Okay, what do they want to play off of?
I would assume Senna's slow with her Q or her W if she has it.
Agreed, right? Senna Q, Senna W. Usually it's Q level 1. So let's say Senna is Q. Okay, how do we play around that?
We definitely don't want to line up with the minions so that she can hit it. And
well, yeah, how do we feel if she snipes us through the wave? Is this like terrible?
No, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, well, when is it strongest? When is the Senna Q strongest?
I guess when we're stacked on top of each other, right?
Oh, okay, true. If you guys are getting double hit, but let's say just like average value. What's the best average value for Senna?
I'm not sure I quite understand, to be honest.
So like, let's say with Bard Q, hitting the Q is pretty good, and then getting a stun is even better, right?
Right.
Okay, with Senna, hitting the Q is okay, but how does she make it better?
As she's healing her ally at the same time, correct?
True, there are those lineups. Those are some kind of crazy, but those are not normal. They're not going to happen normally. But that would be really insane. You're right.
Yeah.
There's another more basic way. I don't know. Have you played Senna before?
I've never played Senna.
Okay, this is something you might want to take a look at. Is make sure we know how all these supports in our bot lane. We don't have to worry about other champs, but the normal supports we need to figure out how they're most effective. So Senna's passive, if she hits you twice, is doing more damage. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that. So are you saying that like twice within rapid succession? Like,
yes, twice with any abilities or any auto attacks, and then it has a cooldown per champion.
I see.
She sucks your soul. You know that part, right? The soul picking up. That's how she sucks your soul, right? Okay. Now that you know this piece of information, how does Senna get the best possible value from Q on average? Not like
Q auto.
Yeah, perfect, right? So we look at the supports. Did Bard hit Q? Yes, and then our follow-up is Q, but somehow we don't have it. It's fine, right? Yeah. So we can't combo. And then how will Senna, fight? She's gonna Q auto you. So how do we play the situation out from a theoretical perspective?
Here we just throw a Q at Aphelios and just walk away.
Right. But it was in this case we have no Q, so
Oh, right. Well, then you just walk away.
Walk away from center. Easy, right? So
Yeah.
a lot of I don't know, we are kind of going in deep into this, but the fact that you walked up kind of tells me that we're not really playing the matchup correctly, right? This is like how we play the match. We played to our strengths, and play away from their strengths, which is usually the supports, right? So you did mention range a lot, right? And I think what it's looking like is if you're in range, you're gonna lose every trade, because does Bard want to trade really?
No.
Yeah, no. And then how about Senna? Does she want to trade?
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. She's gonna Q auto you, and then even we can go one step higher. Less important, but still kind of important. Does Aphelios want to trade?
I think so.
Yeah.
Right?
How come?
I mean, I feel like he's really strong level 1 because he's, just the way that his champion's built, got access to.
Well, what about him makes him want to trade level 1? It's not like he has Q or anything.
I think just the fact that he has access to his red gun, right?
Yes, exactly.
That can mitigate a lot of damage.
Yes, exactly. All right, check it out. So, okay, we're gonna get hit, no way to recover. Feeler swaps to red, hit, and now we're depressed, right? Because you took a bad trade, now you can't lane. Well, you can still lane, but somehow we've lost a ton of HP with nothing to show for it, right?
Yeah.
So as you can see here, it's like you're feeling very pressured, all right? You feel like you can't do anything, which is correct.
Yeah, like right off the rip too.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all matchup, right? It's just, did we play off our matchup? If we got the free barbecue, it's lit. We just take it and leave, right?
Yeah.
And then do we deny Senna Q auto? Every time you want a minion, she's gonna go for a Q auto, right?
Right.
So yeah, that's kind of how we will see this lane phase play out. Because this is not gonna change for how long? What do you think? How many levels until this changes?
Probably until level 6, really.
Yes, exactly. Level 6 is usually the break point. Usually there are other break points like level 3 when everyone has access to other abilities and whatnot. But usually it's gonna be like level 6, right? So let's actually take a look at this. This is really good because we just said Senna wants to trade and you don't, but you just want to trade even though she Q autoed. How come?
Well, Aphelios is really far back and she just walked super far up. I got QE on her. Bard got a good auto on him.
Yeah, and what else is hitting her?
The minions.
Okay. Yeah. So we can make another rule, another nice pattern to see here. Trade champions who want to trade can't just ignore minion waves and their ally.
Yeah, especially early.
Yes, exactly, right? So that's a good what's it called? A good pattern to kind of make a mental note of, right? Oh, nice dodge. And then let's keep going. Honestly, there's really not much to do in this lane until level 6.
Yeah.
Unless we hit some kind of combo with jungler, right? Some kind of root combo with Puppy Waston or something. Or you get some kind of like random root into barbecue. That could work, right?
Yeah.
But honestly, we're not really doing too much. I think we're missing a few minions here, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was a mess, to be honest.
Let me take a look here. I see. That's a bit unfortunate. That's fine. I mean, I'm not too worried, but if you are worried, I don't know. Are you worried?
No, I think especially with Xayah, I tend to farm pretty well. I think actually the point in the game where I have the most issues farming is definitely early, just because sometimes I fuck up the. It's just weird sometimes with the Q auto like follow up. It's just sometimes a little strange for me. Because she has 2 feathers, right? So it doesn't do all the damage like right at once.
Oh, this is a little bit unfortunate. Not bad on the roots, but let's talk about this a bit, okay? So, how do you feel about this after all this is said and done?
Awful. Now we're it's really bad.
Yeah, now we're kind of getting dove, right? Okay, so let's back it up. So how do we prevent all this? What happened? What caused this? Let's take a look.
Let's see.
You're sprinting forward, right? And they caught the Bard.
I think this is obviously a fallacy of thought, but like my whole thought process here, the only reason I went up to auto and do anything is, of course, like I just can't think like this, but I'm like, oh, they're going for Bard. They're probably ignoring me. I can maybe get like QE quick little combo off and then back off.
Okay.
And
Wait, pause there. I want to interrupt.
Yeah.
Okay. You said they're chasing Bard. I'm just gonna QE and back off, right?
But I didn't. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly. That's what I was gonna say, right? Because that's the right idea. We're gonna try and save him, but we don't actually want to fight, right?
Yeah.
How come? Well, I mean, obviously, we're kind of losing, right?
Yeah.
So, exactly what you just said, right? We're gonna try and save them. We're gonna do some damage. They turn on us. We'd leave, no problem. And what ended up happening was what?
Well, I got rooted, and then I just keep autoing for some ridiculous reason. Like here, even here, I should just be backing off.
Yeah, exactly. Right? You rooted, and then we can leave, right? But so for some reason you walked back in for another auto, right? So the mindset is definitely, is this fight winning or losing? Losing.
Oh,
okay.
Losing for sure.
We need to kite until we can turn it around.
Yeah.
If possible, but yeah, in this case is not really possible, right?
No.
So yeah, basically we just ended up, they caught Bard, and then how much of a trade was this? Do we trade everything away?
Yeah, just about. I mean, no mana.
Yeah, no health, no mana, and they're like like you said, the red gun's coming out, Senna's queuing stuff is not a good time, right? So a lot of what we're seeing is just how do we play out the matchup based on the situation in lane. So your support or their support will give you a situation. Bard hits Q. Do you play it correctly? Right? Their Senna hits W. Do you play it correctly? Right? That's kind of like the name of the game here. Okay. And the easy way to kind of you don't have to think too much. Just remember, keep in your head. Okay. One thing we're looking for is Bard Q, and one thing they're looking for is Senna trade, and then also Senna W. Right? Two things actually. So they can look for a lot of stuff in lane. We can't really look for anything in lane, right?
Right.
And that ends up being goes back to your whole what's it called, idea of we just need to play safe and farm and whatnot, right? Because we got no plays going for us unless you hit unless you super gap them somehow. Oh, this is not the dragon we're looking for. Okay, what possessed you guys to do this? What do you think?
If I recall, so I played this match last night, so I still kind of remember what the thought process was. Poppy, sometimes it's just a knee-jerk reaction for me. Where like Poppy's going for the dragon, and it's like I feel like some sort of responsibility to come and help her if she wants to do that. And I guess I thought that Swain's lane was pushed in. I'm a level up on Affilio somehow. Maybe, I thought maybe it could be possible. And I guess that's the reason why I didn't just not go. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's watch. Let's take a look. You said maybe it's possible, right? Let's take a look. Because the whole Swain thing and all this. Okay, so how are we feeling? How are we feeling now?
Bad.
Yeah. How close was it?
I mean, I don't know if this is even correct, but I thought it might have been possible if Poppy didn't get
run at them.
Yeah, because we have Swain coming down, and it would have been a 4v3. But at the end of the day, it's just awful. We literally accomplished nothing.
Yeah, it's
leash the dragon for them.
Yeah, and Poppy loses all her health, right? It's not very close, basically, right? And you're like, maybe if we're running to Swain, maybe it would be better, but on average, this is kind of terrible, right?
Yeah.
So, and the knee-jerk reaction was, okay, jungler pings the objective, we should just go help.
Right.
Right? And, you're not necessarily incorrect. We should try and figure out what we're supposed to do here when our jungle wants to do something. But it's the equivalent of, let's say, everyone's alive and your jungle is like, okay, let's start Baron. How do you feel? You're like,
I mean, I'm on the other side of the map.
Oh, sorry, no. Let's say it's like 5v5, and then you guys, your jungle is just like, let's just go hit it. Fuck it. And your whole enemy team is there, right?
No, we have no setup.
Super no, right?
Yeah.
So this is kind of similar, just not as extreme. Yeah. Okay, and I wouldn't say it's like impossible, but I would say that you should know that this is definitely a bad idea. Okay, we don't want to start the objective without some kind of super advantage. Now, let's say, for example, He starts dragon. He's spam pinging Shen. Swain is spam pinging coming. Okay, we got something here, right? We're gonna force a 5v4. I don't know what happened to Zach, but I guess because we can see this, he like went base or something. Then we could say we have something here, okay?
Right.
But yeah, it's not that you necessarily did anything wrong. I'm just a little concerned of you saw this and was like immediately, okay, this seems like a good idea, right?
Right.
Because when in doubt, you could just prevent them from coming, right? Gain more control. Play it slow, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, your jungle is kind of trolling. Kind of trolling. Okay, so how do you feel about that, by the way?
Just so bad.
Let's take a look. So, did you notice anything? There it is.
Yeah.
See? Yeah, so now you're starting to see it, right? Okay, just take a look at what supports are doing. Easy. He missed Q. I'm not doing this, bro. Right? There's nothing here unless you literally hit everything on Senna. And even if you hit everything on Senna, you still lose, I think, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, look, I just want you to like take note of the how big of a difference it is. Like this much. You lost this much health and she lost this much health, right?
Right.
Not something we're gonna be happy about. And obviously this is not gonna like outright lose you the lane, but every time you do this, exactly, it does add up, right? To the point where you have to base. You guys did actually have to base. You guys lost a wave, right?
Yeah.
And or it'll turn into like a dive, or they can roll mid. You know how it is, right?
Right.
So let's keep going. But definitely keeping in mind what the 2v2 matchup what you're supposed to be looking for and what they're supposed to be looking for. Basically, making sure you are checking for like Bard Q and Senna W and Senna Q every time, right?
Yeah.
Would be the kind of way to look at this. Okay, let's fast forward. That was a very nice run on Aphelios, by the way. Oh, gank. Let's go. This is kind of NT. Sure, we should push, right?
Yep.
And then we got nothing to do here. We're level 6, but you have no mana. Somehow we are using a lot of mana, but like here you have no mana, but somehow we're using Q. I guess you're saying I'm just gonna base.
Yeah, the thought process here was that I just wanted to get the wave and base.
But do you think it's a good idea to base?
Well, at this point, let's see. Well, we see Udyr on the map, so we know that he's not coming to dive, right? Because he shows up mid. So no, I think it's pretty safe to continue to try to just keep catching waves.
Well, let's take a look at their status first of all. Like how are they feeling? Let's back it up.
They feel no pressure.
Well, after this E here, that was really good by you.
Yeah.
How is this Aphelios feeling?
I feel like he's feeling pretty good. I mean, his support's full health. We don't have a lot of kill pressure on him.
Alright, check this out. Well, actually, we didn't hit him here. But how is his HP looking?
Not great. It's about
not great, half. Right? I would agree. And then you said you know kill pressure, but remind me, when did you say matchups change in the bot lane?
Level 6.
Level 6. And how close are these bot lanes to level 6?
Oh, we are level 6.
Oh, he's level 6. He's level 6. You're level 6.
Everyone except for Bard.
And how close do you think Bard is to 6?
I would assume he's got to be pretty damn close.
Right. I would say I'm like thinking, oh, maybe even on this wave he's going for it, right? And then why does it matter that Bard's level 6?
I mean, his ultimate's huge, with my ultimate.
Yeah, exactly, right? So that's something to think about, because you're just thinking, oh, we should just be basing, but
right.
I want you to think when you base and just lose a wave, that's just like giga lost. You want to try and prevent that, right?
Yeah.
You want to first you want to be like, okay, is there anything we can do? Proactive. And here we got the Bard 6 and the Year 6. So Bard ulti into root. I mean, if Aphelios is trolling, he won't flash, then we can kill him. Or maybe he's so low, we can aim Senna, something like that. Or something along the lines of jungle comes and play off Bard ult. And then the other thing is, what can they do? And then how's their level 6? Is it any good? What do you think?
It's not as good as ours.
It's kind of not good. Yeah, it's kind of terrible right now, right?
Yeah.
Both Aphelios guns are terrible, and then Senna ulti is has global, so it's innate weakness. that you know, she just hits you guys is not that great, right?
Yeah.
So definitely something to think about. Okay, we don't have to necessarily force base. I want you to think like you prefer to if possible, you need to pick up every wave. Wow, Bard fucked that minion up. That's so sad. Yeah. If possible, pick up every wave and get ready for any potential fight, right?
Yeah.
So as you can see here, Bard is Bard 6 now, right? And Poppy's playing on our side of the map. So this is definitely an opportunity. But yeah, we end up basing, and they're the ones pushing. Something wrong is happening here, right? We're losing waves, right? Yeah. So we definitely want to try and prevent that. If we're forced to base because they're threatening like a 4-man, totally fine. But I don't think they're forcing you to do anything in this case, right?
This is hilarious here.
I mean, we just ulti, no? Oh, yeah. We need a flash now.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting him to have Prowler's Claw.
Oh yeah, that's kind of crazy. That is pretty wild. But yeah,
walk it out.
all good. And then we had to go home. Feels bad. Lost the tower. Sure. Wait, we got a kill. When did we get a kill? Am I crazy?
It was like maybe 5 minutes ago.
What the heck? Am I blind? How did I miss this?
They're all highlighted on the bar.
Oh my goodness! Wait, what?
It was pretty trolled by Aphelios, if I recall correctly. Yeah, it was around here.
Wait, what?
After I'm walking back from this base. So he...
What?
Yeah.
Is this for real?
Yeah.
Okay, I did not even see that part. What? Okay, that's fine. All right, let's continue. That's pretty wild. We ended up trying to save ulti, but
yeah, I should have paid more attention to his items.
But even if he doesn't have prowlers, do you think you have to ulti?
I don't think so. I think I'm able to walk it out.
Okay, remember, what kind of smite does this guy have?
Oh yes, I can't remember the name, but he's got the movement speed one.
Yeah, he's got the blue one, right? The chilling smite. Right. So I'm pretty sure we have to use something here, right? You're never gonna be able to walk away. I guess is a good way to put it. You're gonna have to use something. Otherwise, that would be insane if they run at you and you just walk away. That's like almost never happens, right?
Yeah.
So, but okay, let's keep going. I mean, we gotta talk about more stuff we can talk about how you even got into this position, right? Let's talk about that, because that's probably even more important.
In all honesty, I just was not even aware that Udyr was around. So when Senna showed up here, I thought she was alone.
Okay, let's take it. Yeah.
And I thought that I would win that if she was alone.
So here, I want you to, let's practice something here real quick, okay?
Yeah.
Ignore the entire screen. Just watch the mini-map.
Yep.
Okay? So we saw Dragon's gone.
Oh,
where's our team playing?
Yeah, and Poppy's on top side.
All right, yeah, quiz
team's
time.
On top side.
All right, whole team's top side. Okay, Pop quiz time. What did they do? Where's our team going? Oh, you answered the team's going top. And then what did they do?
What did the enemy team do?
Yeah, what did they do? They took the dragon, right?
Just took dragon, yeah.
Yeah, they just took dragon. Okay, so what should you do here?
I should grab these minions and hang back.
Yeah, and then what can you do while chilling?
Maybe grab the Krugs.
Perfect, right? So, very easy to answer, obviously, as we're watching the replay, but hard to do in game. So what did we do? What did we just do that gave you all the information?
We just looked at the minimap and the the global alert that dragon was just taken.
And who do we look for on the map?
We look for Poppy. I
yeah. Yep.
Isn't it a general rule of thumb that junglers are generally on the opposite sides of the map?
Oh, I don't know about opposite sides of the map, but they're doing something, right?
Right.
I mean, how many times have you seen a counter gank happen bot? Gank and then they show up, or you started the dragon, for example, and then Udyr's right there, right?
Right.
So junglers are doing something. Okay. So when do we do this information? When do we do this part?
As we're walking back.
Okay, make it a rule. Every time we go to lane, stare at the map and say, what are the junglers doing?
Okay.
So we're coming back to lane, and they're like, okay, Poppy's playing top side. She's not coming bot. Oh, they did dragon. So therefore, how should we play? And this all happens before you touch a minion.
Very defensively, very safe.
Yes, exactly, perfect. And then you would not have ran into the river, right?
Yeah.
That would have prevented you from running to the river because you would have known they're playing on this side of the map. And then yeah, we would not have been stuck in this situation. I mean, you even try to fight her, right? Right. You even try to fight her, and then you're like, oh shit, Udir's here.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's kind of a very strong habit you can start working on. Okay.
Yeah.
Anytime you need to figure out what you need to do, you need to stare at the map and look at the junglers. Wow, that's a disaster top. Your jungler died. Oof, big oof.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the Rift Herald spawn. And it's going to be the same for the mid late game, right? Anytime in the mid late game you need to figure out what you're going to do, you pause, you look at the map, and you look at your teammates, and then you say, okay, what is the enemy team going to do? And then you can make your plan based off that, right? It's very rare that we make the plan, and then people have to plan around us, right? Because we're not very strong until later. Oh my god, that was a sick Bard ult into what's it called, into Q. That was really good.
Yeah.
The Q was that Q was kind of awkward, but it's fine.
Yeah. And then I threw it early because I wanted to auto and then quickly root him.
Yes. I don't mind. That was a good idea. Nice root on Udyr. Very nice. Oh, that is so sad. Hold on, let me watch this then. Something bad happened. Oh, this is the bad thing that happened. I saw it. Our W, it's fine. Our W is unfortunately not the greatest, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It's very unfortunate. I think this is not your fault really. But you can't chase this guy. You have nothing left, right?
Yeah.
Well played by you overall, I want to say. And then
So
you want to hit this?
I used my W a little bit too early, correct?
Well, I mean, you thought you were killing Aphelios out of Hourglass, out of Bard ulti, right? So I'm not gonna worry about that just yet, but it's like it's the idea of you have two bullets, you have two guns, right? One is the W and one is the root. So you shot both bullets and then he flashed out.
Yeah.
I guess, right? You only had to use one to force a flash, or let's say you don't know if he has flash. You only needed one to kill him, anyways, right?
Right.
So, but I'm not really worried about that. Okay, let's not worry about that. I'm not. If it happens multiple times, that's something we should be worried about. If it's like a pattern, right? Okay, we actually end up dying here. That's so sad.
This was just. I don't think I actually died, but this was just a mess. I tried to dodge this.
Oh my god! It's not possible to live here, is it? Literally anything kills you. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So lucky. Okay. What do you think about this?
I mean, I think when I watched this by myself just you know, after I played it, I thought that as soon as I attempted, I just should have just ran as fast as I could. You know what I mean?
Well, you are running as fast as you can, no?
Well, and then here I try to pick up the Bard heal, and then.
Oh, you're trying to dodge this Senna W.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't think that's unreasonable. That was a nice read, though. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't see anyone on the map. We have no vision on either side of the mid lane. We should just take this minion and, well, I guess we could well, what I mean to say is take this plate and then dip.
Take this plate and dip, right? Okay. Yeah. So let's figure out. Okay, so we know Zach. We saw what happened, right? So Zach ended up showing up. Okay. So let's back it up to this point, and then I want you to just take a look at Zach here. Just like watch his timer. And Udyr's like 1 HP because we saw it, right? We were fighting him or whatever.
Right.
So Zach spawned.
He's running to mid.
He's running to mid. We're assuming he's running to mid. So now that you know he's running to mid, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, I mean, we should just be backing off. I mean, our wave is pushing into them anyway.
Well, could we have cleared this before he came? Is the question.
Yes, if I had not used my E so soon.
Yes, agreed. And why did you use your E so soon?
I couldn't tell you. I think it was just I think I was trying to get Senna, maybe.
Yes, you were trying to root Senna. Why are you trying to root Senna?
Monkey brain kill champion.
Yeah, because she's right in front of you, right?
Right.
So a lot of the game is like intent, right? It's not really hard to push the wave perfectly. I mean, you know how to do it. You play Xayah. You just press Q, auto, and you E, right? Yeah. So it's a matter of intent, right? If I say, I want you to root center, you're going to do this. And if I say, I want you to push the wave and run before Zach gets here, you're going to ignore center pretty much and just push the wave, right? So a lot of it is kind of, what's your game plan? I think is a good way to put it. So back in lane, we're saying on trades, or sorry, every time people want minions, you know, remember the support matchup, the Bard Q, the Senna Q, whatever the supports are, it doesn't matter, right? And so that's kind of like the general game plan. And then let's say you're walking back to lane, what's your general macro game plan? What's my jungler doing?
Yeah.
Right. So this is going to be the same thing. This is a good timer to update the plan is after a fight is over, we can pause and say, okay, what do I want to do next?
Right.
Okay.
So you're asking me like, what do I want to do right now?
Yeah, and as an example, it was play it in a wave.
Yeah.
Right. And fights are not really calculated unless they're like forcing on us or we're forcing on them or whatever. Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, play in a wave before Zach gets here. I don't even worry about this millionaire spawning running mid. I'm just more worried about you didn't really have a plan. It seemed like you were just hitting the thing right in front of you, which ended up being the tower, and then it ended up being Senna, and then it ended up being the wave, and then Zach showed up, right? So this is how we kind of prevent only looking at what's in front of us. You just want to think 30 seconds ahead. Okay, that's kind of like the trick. What do you want to do based on what you know? What do you want to do for the next 30 seconds based on what you know? And if you didn't know, 30 seconds is like the next minion wave comes, right? Okay. So let's practice it here. Okay, we're coming back to lane, and we take a look at the map here. And what do we notice?
Well, we notice that there's shit ton of people mid. Udyrs in our jungle. Our lane bot is pushed in, and Shen's kind of getting pushed in up top.
Okay. Yep. Okay. What's the game plan? Next 30 seconds.
I feel like, well, okay. So Poppy's actually flanking them right now. She's coming in from the mid river. I thought at the time I'm gonna try to get to mid as soon as possible, because if they start fighting, Udyr's probably gonna come up from that jungle, and maybe I can be there to help turn it around. Yeah.
And let's say no fighting happens, then what?
Well, we really want to start cracking down on these towers.
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah.
Maybe we can 3-man mid, try to get that tower down because it's the lowest at the moment. Or at the very least, you know, try to pressure mid as much as possible until Zach pushes the wave in bot and go catch that.
So we want to play around here, right?
Right.
Okay, so here's a good way to another good thinking shortcut for you. Okay, remember, what are the junglers doing? What side is Poppy playing on?
She's on top side.
This side, like this. Cut the map in half. We're like this. Okay, and Udyr is the opposite. Okay, so are we contesting or not contesting? So sorry. Are we gonna fight for our bot side jungle, or are we gonna trade?
I think that we should fight for it. I mean,
yeah, based on this guy, right? It really depends on what this Poppy wants to do. Okay,
right.
So it's kind of like the idea. Okay, so run mid and we do this, or run mid and then we help Poppy do this. Right? Easy. And that's kind of like the game plan for the next 30 seconds, so to speak. Oh, Shen's committing ulti. Oh my goodness, we're gonna kill everyone now. Yeah. Yeah. Then someone's spamming in the red, and you're like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Just know that Zach is also gonna be here. So Zach is right behind this dude. After the I'm not really sure what this chase is. Bomb down, because we need to go bot anyways. Oh my god, he got shit on. Nice root. Nice root. Nice root. Kill this guy. If you have the ulti, it's fine. Okay, nice. And go bot and know that Zach is right next to you. Poppy's covering you. He's in that bush. You have ulti. Fast forward. Push, push, push. Oh, this is good. You pushed and then you went mid. Good. Zach is topside mid. Interesting. Oh, sorry. Do you have any questions as we're watching this?
No, I think we're covering. So I think if I'll ask questions as I have them, and I'll definitely have some questions afterward as well.
Oh boy, this is unfortunate. Okay, I mean, not that it really matters here, but let's talk about this real quick. Xayah, quick tips, okay? The primary purpose of Q is for what?
I think it's to get your root down faster.
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah. So when you Q, what is your next logical within your next few moves? You need to press root, or basically as soon as possible you need to press root, right? So what happens when you lead with Q? Like this. We led with Q, right?
That's 2/3 of your root. That's where it's going to be, and it's just not where it needs to be right now.
Yeah, exactly. You want to end with the Q, okay? End with Q auto E or QE, okay? That's an easy strat. So that'll let you. Obviously, it doesn't matter here. He's jumping away. But when I saw you Q first, I was like, oh, that's
actually really interesting because I know about myself that I tend to lead with Q a lot.
Yeah, because it's in range. It's the first thing that's in range, right?
Right.
So you feel like, oh, if I just Q first and then I can approach and do stuff. But a lot of times, you don't necessarily want to Q first. Oh, that was kind of dangerous. We just walk up we just walked up like that. What's going on here, Chief? All right. So, what's the problem with this? Obviously,
there's just no vision there, and Zach was just topside. Was just in there.
Yeah. Who else? Back it up. Come here. Like, who else is there?
And Udyr.
And Udyr. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you the easiest trick of your life. How do you know what your team is gonna do? Who decides?
Who? The jungler.
The jungler. Yeah, the jungler decides what's going on, right? Jungler and support. Okay. Your jungler is doing what?
She's walking into her jungle.
Which side of the map?
Bot side.
Okay, what are we doing? We're playing bot side. All right, what do you do?
Right.
We don't face check top, right? Easy.
Yeah.
Right, we play on this side. Easy, no problem.
Yeah.
Contest mid, we can kite down if they engage, whatever. So that's kind of like the easiest first step to kind of figure out is just what is the team doing based on junglers, okay? All right, crazy fight happening here, but I am not a fan of this. Oh, Chief. Did you do this while exhausted?
I did.
Let me see. I might have worn off right when you rooted. No, it didn't. So, yeah, just wait for the exhaust, right? Nice nice ulti. That was really good. Really well played. And you kill this guy. Very nice, very nice. Overall, really good. I think you just need to wait the exhaust out, but I think it was really good. What do you think? Any improvements to be made? That was pretty good, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. I should definitely wait to get exhausted. I just saw the angle to root Senna, and I just wanted to go for it immediately.
Ah, I see. Okay. And I was going to mention Q first, but actually, you don't necessarily have to save Q for the last bit because you did what?
I Gale Force.
You Gale Force to get the Q, yeah. So it's not necessarily a bad Q, right? That was good tricks. So let's keep going. We do the dragon because we kill them. Do we have to help with this?
At the dragon,
seems like huh?
I think so. Yeah, I mean,
agreed. And then you went to see if you could do bot. You couldn't, so you base and you went mid. Oh wait, what? We went top. Something's going on here.
Yeah, Sante has a huge shutdown and he's just kind of aping up there.
Nice free kill. I like it. And then you stay top where you can go mid. It doesn't really matter. Probably go mid. Sure. We're hitting something. Oh, Zach?
Is right up. Yeah, he's right there.
He sees you walk up, and he's just like, "This is normal." That's pretty funny. I don't know if we want to chase this though. Yeah, we're dying, Chief. Okay, let's talk about this. Yeah. What do you think? How do you feel about this?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Let's see. What do I have? I have flash. I just didn't react quick enough to the Udyr. And
well,
we also have
no
vision in that river, so it doesn't really quite make sense to. I mean, this is what happened is exactly what I should expect to happen.
Yes. And what do we expect? The Prowler's Claw Udyr. Okay. Right. And so more easy tricks. Okay, more easy tricks. Ready? So you're like fighting here or whatever, and you want to chase. There's only one play that they're going to do on you, or maybe two if you count Zach eating you.
For them to re-engage.
Well, we saw the spoilers, right? What was the trick? What was the play?
Prowler's Claw Udyr right onto the
Prowler's Claw Udyr. Now, so that's in this game specifically. That's this game's specific answer. In a different game, what would it be?
I don't know, Ahri ulting and charming me, or any variety of
Let's say this is the mid laner. So we see Ahri or whatever.
Yeah. Just I assume as soon as Poppy uses her, I actually don't know what letters they're on, but as soon as she uses her dash stopper, or, you know, the stun thing, that he just comes and ease right back onto me.
Well, sorry, what missing role is coming for you?
The jungler.
Yeah, the jungler, right? So let's say, for example, it's in this case, Udi is going to Prowler's Claw. Let's say it's a Kha'Zix. What should we expect?
Stealth, and for him to pop out of nowhere. And
exactly, right? So can you chase this? No. Okay, let's say it's a Graves. What can we expect?
Nearsighted, you know.
Yeah, he's gonna start with W and dashing or some crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, all the fucking junglers are kind of terrifying right now, right? Okay, what else is there? Honestly, everything is kind of, we can't face check anything apparently, right? But that's what I'm getting at is, if you remember which jungler it is, just remember pretend you have X-ray vision and they're sitting right here, and they're ready to go for you, right?
So you're basically saying, like, assume the worst.
Oh yeah, I mean, think about it this way, right? If a fight breaks out, okay, are you gonna run to it? If you're like right here, like a 5v5.
Yeah, through mid.
Yeah, through mid, right? You're gonna walk over, right? And so they should expect a Xayah showing up. Okay, let's say you're playing Ashe, they should expect an arrow, right? And it's the reverse. A fight started. You started this fight. So Udyr is coming from somewhere. I don't know where, but he's coming from somewhere, right? He's gonna start sprinting over the instant he sees this. So it just so happens that I would guess he's on chickens because we see the map and whatnot, right?
Right.
And then he starts sprinting over. Let's see. Let's count how long it takes. Ready?
Yeah. 1, 7, 10. Is when this starts.
So what do you think? Is this about accurate? He was in the general area, like around here, right? They're doing something, they drop everything, they come over. Okay, that's everyone's standard response, is to drop everything and come. Okay. So that's how you know for a fact that it's not will Udyr be here, it's when will he be here. And he will definitely be there before you kill Zach. Okay. You don't need to know precise times or anything like that. You just need to know we can't kill Zach before they show up. Easy. And then we're chasing this K'Sante guy. Don't really know what this dude does yet. I mean, I saw his abilities, but like, see, there's like some crazy shit like that will happen, right? Don't quite understand until I see him enough, but it's fine. Oh, Zach's inting, nice. You do 0 damage. Let's talk about this. There is something wrong with our build if we're... is there doing something wrong with our build? I'm not really sure. Let me see. What are people doing with Xayah right now? But I do believe that... oops. I'm sorry. I do believe that... I think you're building like PD, right?
Yeah.
But I think if you build PD, you will do no damage. But...
maybe with...
I could be wrong. It seems pretty... varied. So... I'm not super against PD, but
so I guess my thought process was so maybe up until last week I was just kind of AFKing my build and just going Gale Force into Collector. I stopped building Collector. Just, you know, I was just reading some things about how Collector is just not really a super efficient item. And these days, depending on the matchup, I'll either go LDR or Phantom Dancer second.
Yeah.
I think in this particular game, I thought that it was just important for me to have better kiting ability. True.
Yeah, so, with that logic, I'm down, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we need to eventually pressure the front line. So I think a lot of people consider Lord Doms, but I think Lord Doms is a really weak second item. So
yeah,
I think PD is not necessarily a bad choice. That was really well played by you, by the way. That was really good. And you didn't even use sums. 10 out of 10. How do we lose this game? This game is 1 from here, no?
Yeah, so this is actually why I picked this particular game, is because I thought that this was a game that could have been winnable if I maybe played better.
Here we go. This is where the problems start happening, yeah? Take a look at this. All right, so let's take a look at this part, okay? This is going to be very important. So, fight breaks out like normal. I mean, I think fights break out 10, every time. And when fights break out, we need to take a look at the map. Did you see anything interesting happen
Swain is backing.
Yeah, Swain is basing. That's
and
strange.
Udyr's in the topside jungle. I don't think we see anybody else.
Right? So that's good. Udyr's in the topside jungle. And then Swain's basing. So this is already 4v5. And then remember what we said. It's not when will we see these people missing on their team, but sorry, it's not will we see them, it's when will we see them.
Yeah.
And from where. So Udyr's topside. So where do you think Zach and Casanti are coming from?
I mean, I would assume from the same side.
Oh, how come?
You know, just kind of thinking about what you told me in terms of like playing with your jungler and jungler dictating, you know, where you should be more or less.
Well, look at your team here. Look at your team here. Where's Shen coming from?
He's coming from top.
Top or ulti, right? And then where's Swain coming from?
Well, Swain's backing, so he's got to come from mid.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. If he wasn't backing, yeah, that's a pretty troll question. If he came, he'd come from bot, right?
Right.
But yeah, like you said, he base, so he's coming from mid. So it's not always where the jungler is, right? Remember, solos have to tend to their solo lanes, right?
Right.
It's just that when we say play towards the jungler, it means like your jungle is bot. We don't try and like fight up here. Does that make sense?
Right.
But you guys are still coming from like this angle, so to speak, right?
And we've also I think I see what you're getting at. So like, we have a lot of vision on the topside jungle just by virtue of Shen being there and seeing Udyr. And we just saw the blast plant get
yeah, that's true. Yeah. We did see the blast. I mean, I missed that part, but yeah, we did see the blast plant, right?
Or the vision plant.
They're coming from the worst possible angle for you.
Yeah.
The worst possible angle. Fuck it. He is right here. Yeah. Right? I don't know if you watched Worlds, SKT versus DRX, but was it I remember Kingen was fucking insane hiding here while they were like doing some I was like, that's crazy, bro. How did he even get there? But that's you know, that's the worst case scenario. He's gonna be there, right? So here you walk up to the fight. I want you to think when you start these fights with missing information, I want you to be like, missing people right behind me, or the worst case spot, and that's before you go auto someone, okay? Otherwise you're always going to get caught off guard, which is what ends up happening here, right? He's like shows up right behind us while Zach is queuing us. Is disaster. We lost flash for free, right? Okay, and then let's keep going. Oh wow, actually it's kind of it's still winnable. What happened to our W here? Is it still on cooldown? Oh yeah, we started with W. I mean, that's usually fine. It's just that our we ended up having problems, right?
Yeah.
With the positioning, but it's fine. That guy easily could have kidnapped you. I actually don't know why he didn't from here, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't he do the ulti and W charge and whatever?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think he was in the middle of an ability.
Yeah, I can't say I know exactly how he kidnaps people, but I would imagine he has some kind of true combo with ulti into W.
Right.
Sure. All this is fine. Fat Gale Force, let's go. Oh, okay, that's fine too. Here's the Gale Force.
Yeah.
No, what happened?
Yeah, I just I wasn't fast enough. I thought I was fine here. Let's see. I thought I was fine here. Still okay. And then oh shit. And then I just wasn't fast enough with the Gale Force. Could have used it right there.
Okay. Let's do some let's examine this fight. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna look at is mechanically. Are there any mechanical improvements from what we talked about earlier? Any mechanical patterns we notice?
Let's see.
There's a big one, I would say.
I must have just missed it. Let's see. What do I have? Maybe I should have saved my E.
Oh, I think it's reasonable to say you have root here. Look, I mean, you see let me see all these feathers here. You thought you had root, but you kind of didn't, right?
Yeah. And then
but it's related. You're kind of close to what I'm thinking, at least.
Okay. And I should have Gale Forces immediately as he, like right here.
Sure. We should use Gale Force, I would say, right?
Yeah.
This Xayah mechanic, though, I think is kind of a pattern that we've been kind of we should be more diligent in making sure it happens. All right, so we're about to press E here, right?
Yeah.
How do we get more feathers down?
Q.
Okay. That's it, right? Q before E, and that's the pattern. It's just Q before E almost every time. right? That's just the easy pattern. And I'm not saying you can't Q first. You can Q first. There were plenty of times where you Q first, shoot down some feathers in lane. Feelers can't like walk into it. That's like a zoning tool. Q is like a zoning tool. But I want you to think Q is root, basically. Yeah. Q is leading into a root. So here, if you root first, your Q is worthless. Yeah. Right? And as you can see here, you Q'd and then you rooted and you're like, what do I do with this Q? It actually does nothing, right? And in fact, you don't use it because you're correct. It was no good time to use it there, right? Q before E, easy one. And the other one is definitely Gale Force. So I would say the easiest way to think about this, okay, is Gale Force enables you to make a play offensively. Don't think of it as like a defensive tool. We're gonna use it to kill bitches. Okay. Yeah. So, how do we? You showed me earlier. How did you do it earlier? It was like actually in a mid fight.
Right. Put the feathers. I use it to like redirect my champion to get a better angle on the E.
Perfect. Okay. So put down the feathers, then Gale Force E. No problem.
Yeah.
That's what we want to look for. So let's take a look here. If we just we prepare Q, and then we auto attack. And then we E Gale Force, one shot, Cassante. Right. Easy, I'm down. Right? Or one shot Udyr, anything along those lines, totally fine. Okay, and that's the basic cookie cutter strat you want to do every fight, is what you're looking for. All right, I want you to think Gale Force is very rarely used for defensive purposes. It can be, but usually we want to use it to enable a play. And I think that would have let you killed both of them and live, right? And I think ulti just came up. Yeah, ulti was not up, so ulti just came up. So it's like since you play Xayah a lot, it's good to it's really easy for you to make this a habit. You know, fights break out, you're gonna say, you know, you work on one thing. Maybe it's Q before E. Maybe it's use Gale Force to enable feathers. Anything like that, right? And you focus on it, like 100 fights in a row, and then all of a sudden it becomes muscle memory.
Yeah.
Right. Like, for example, you know, when I played Xayah, I was just like, okay, Q before E, Q R and then E, anything like that. Always Q before E. And then now I'm like, I can Q before E without really thinking about it, right? Okay, this is a fat ulti here. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the way this played out, right? I have no, what's it called? No changes to be made. This is one. We go Baron. Good.
Oh, this was a disaster, though.
Hold up. Hey, what is happening here? Hold up. Swain based? He's 0 HP. Okay, maybe there was fruit. There was fruit. Okay, he didn't know. There was toe fruit. Oh my god. I mean, that's just the pattern. Yeah. Instead of usually when you go, there's a Baron play, you can just pick up the fruit. But he didn't know. It's fine. Okay, and then Cassante is running at us, so we have to turn because we're like, oh, this guy's gonna kill us. Oh, nice. We didn't get hit by that. Oh, puppy missed. We're dead. Oh, you... Okay. Shen, all you need to live. No! Yeah. It's too sad. Yeah, I don't know. This might be a new champion thing. What do you think? I'm not really sure what to say about this.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that dash. You know, if I had known the champion better, I probably would have kept walking instead of turning to auto attack.
Yeah, I'm less worried about this because it's a new champ. Okay, chalk this up to you haven't seen it enough. Okay, don't worry about it too much. Fast forward. I
think that was like what.
That was a big throw. Yeah. Still winnable though. Wait, somehow we're kind of poor, but it's fine. Felix is 10 times more poor. Yeah. All right, we need IE here, and then Lord Doms, and then we're chilling. That's a classic trick. I mean, this is a classic. You tricked yourself. Okay, what did I say about Q?
First.
Do you want to Q first?
Oh, sorry, no, you don't want the Q first. But
yeah, usually, yeah. Yes, Q's to enable root. He's gonna run away for sure, right?
Yeah.
So there is a play here available to you. Okay, what do you think it is?
Instead of coming bot, you mean?
Oh no, we gotta fight.
Oh, okay. I think it's just to try to one-shot this Cassante guys.
Yes. How do we do it?
W, Q, E.
Agreed. Okay, how do you get in range for W? How do we enable this play? Ah, okay, just walk it. You just saw what happened though, right? He's walking away.
Yeah. Gale Force.
Gale Force enables plays, right? Yeah, Gale Force W, auto attack QE, like you said. Yeah, done. Yeah. One shot. So if there is a big idea you can work on in every fight, it's Gale Force to enable a play, and the plays are either W or Q into root. That's it. Those are your two plays. right? And so here, clearly, it's Gale Force into W. It's going to be lethal. And if he's trying to get away, QE. And then if that doesn't work, QRE. Fuck it, right? I'm down to commit everything, right?
Yeah,
so
I think that's actually a trend that I'm realizing in my gameplay is I don't use it offensively enough.
Yes. It's all about patterns. Everything in this game is just patterns and habits and whatnot, right? You need the basically at the end of the day, you're not really trying to think more. You're trying to make it so that your you not thinking is at a high level, like a high skill level, if that makes any sense, right? And the only way to do that is create these habits that make it so you can do it without thinking, right? So easiest building block, some of the ones we talked about are every time fights break out, like we said, Gale Force to enable a W play or a root play. And then another small one would be like always Q before E, right? Yep. Or Q is for the purpose of E, so hopefully you won't waste it before you're ready to root. And then other like macro based ones are like we said, when you're coming back to lane, take a look at both junglers. And these are some really simple building blocks you can practice every single game. Like how many times do you think you need to do it for it to become a habit? What do you think?
Probably probably at least 100.
Yeah, I would say 100 repetitions. All about reps, right? It's just like working out. All about reps. So how many times do you come to lane in a game? I don't know, maybe like 10. Okay, 10 games. And it starts to become a habit, right?
Yeah.
You work on that every game. Boom. You start noticing where the junglers are at all times. And then you won't walk up into the Udyr, right? Yeah. And then how many team fights happen in a game? Maybe 10. Okay, so 10 games, and you do 100 team fights where you're looking for your Gale Force enable W, Gale Force enable root, and it's lit. Now all of a sudden you're perma looking for them, right? Yeah. And I like how so far we haven't talked about like, oh, you got hit by like Zach E. I think you do really well on that front. Oh, that was kind of awkward. You saw a flash Gale Force angle, but he flashed out.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's a good try. I'm not too worried about it. You had the right idea, I think.
Yeah.
He just got away with literally like 50 HP, something like that. Yeah. Don't worry about that. You had the right idea. So anytime you have the right idea, don't worry about, Right. It's not like you wasted flash or anything. You had a good play in mind. Okay, we're busy clearing all this shit. Somehow we don't have Infinity Edge though. That's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, we got IE. Now we need Lord Doms, and then it's playable. But this is a bit of the pitfall of the PDIE. You don't know Lord Doms until 4th, but sometimes it's kind of unavoidable. And the reason why this is so important is because remember, what are your 2 damaging plays?
I'm sorry, what exactly are you asking? Like what?
What are your 2 plays in every fight? It really is just 2 plays.
WE, QR, or sorry, WE.
Yeah, W and E, right?
Yeah.
And Q and R will enable you to do those things, right? Because Q by itself is not a play, and ulti by itself is denying a play. But W by itself is a play, and root with a lot of feathers is a play, right? So, your W damage here. Can you threaten the front line?
Not at the moment.
Okay, your root play. Can it threaten the front line?
Yeah, to some extent.
It can threaten the front line? Just like damage straight up.
No, damage? No,
can't. Okay, there's a problem, because who can threaten the front line on the team? Nobody except maybe Swain Leandri's for 10 years on K'Sante, right? It's not looking too great. That's why it's your job, right? So that's why I was a little bit worried about the PD, but you can chalk it up to like he's too fed, or we didn't make enough money, or it doesn't really matter. Somehow we need to find a way to threaten the front line by 3 items. Okay, otherwise the game is going to be out of our hands a lot of times, right?
So you think that
it was probably a Lord Dom's angle, or you could say, oh, if I hadn't thrown, I would have made enough money for I have Lord Doms by now, right? You could say either one, but I'd probably be in the camp of down for Lord Dom second, because this dude and this dude is very obnoxious, right? Because now if you look at this, check it out. You're gonna hit this K'Sante, and it'd be really sad, right? Look at this. I don't even right. You hit a few. That's a good amount of W, and you got a root, and then it did like 100 damage. It's really depressing. Oh, he's just gonna walk at you now. Oh my god, we're like half health randomly while he's at like full. That's too sad. That Senna is kind of hurting now, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah, do you think the game is winnable now?
No.
Yeah, we're getting stat check now, right? So that was good. I mean, we're playing pretty decent. There's an angle here. Oh, sir.
Yeah.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Okay, let's back it up.
Aphelios.
Yeah, exactly, right? You just Gale Force to enable a play. What play is it?
And
it's just Gale Force.
Right in front of the feathers.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. And I think this is really where the missing money is. We're not finding these plays in the fights. Because now we're talking about it, you can see it very clearly.
Yeah.
Right? So if you make a habit of looking for it every fight, you'll be able to find it faster and faster. Okay?
Yeah.
And then at this rank, that's where a lot of the money comes from. You just kill people. So yeah, we still have Gale Force. Let's see how we use it. But it's definitely to root this guy, right? Oh, that is unfortunate. Yeah. Okay. The game's over now, right? Okay. Yeah. So where do you think things went wrong?
Like first, you talk about like we're first in the game.
Let's say like if you were to give like main reasons why we didn't win this game, what would they be?
First of all is just kind of not having the foresight to disengage on certain plays. Also not finding opportunities to kill when they're right in front of me. And you know, not playing the 2v2 matchup as well as I could have.
Okay, so let's take these three things. Okay, so let's create building block habits for each of these.
Yeah.
All right, this is your base foundation. Okay, so first is you said disengage, right? Yep. And when did you chase and end up dying?
One particular, well, two instances really. There was one walking back to lane, then warding the river, thinking Senna's alone, even though they just took dragon, and then the other one was when Zach was just randomly in our jungle, and I chased after him. Into the
these
top
two.
river.
These two. And what do both these situations have in common?
Well, both of them have in common is, you know, the jungler was nearby. You know, and I should have known that in both cases.
Well, what were you doing while the jungler was nearby?
Oh, I was just, you know, tunnel vision, trying to kill.
Okay, every time you're out for blood, anytime you're tunnel visioning trying to hit this guy, the first thing you're gonna do is what?
Look at the map.
Yes, well, and then and then what?
Look at the map and thinking about what is coming, what I need to be prepared for.
Yes, and then this is my trick. Okay, I'm gonna show you my trick. Okay, I want to see fast forward. I'm gonna fast forward to anything here. Okay, so let's say I'm going to a fight here, right? Let me just okay, so let's say we're like about to fight this or something. Hold up, I'm gonna press tab here somewhere. Hopefully. No, I'm not pressing tab. Hello. Okay. Let's say fight breaks out. We see the Varus and the Renata. And then who's missing? Okay, Graves. Okay, we expect Graves to be next to us somewhere.
Yeah.
Done. That's how quick we can do it. We hold tab. Yeah. Jungler, no clue. Here. Worst case scenario.
Yeah. Worst
case scenario spots. Right? And then you improve on worst case scenario by looking at the map and you say, oh, okay. And then I'm like, oh, fuck, you could be like here or something, right? But and that's the idea. All right. And then I'll tell you the next step, but don't worry about this for now. The next step would be like solos. Like this guy is coming from bot lane. Yeah. And this guy's coming from top. Don't worry about that for now. Just worry about jungle, okay?
Right.
But that would be how you spot the K'Sante in that fight when you guys were running down mid and he wrapped around, kind of, right? Yeah. That's how you were to spot him. You just press tab, missing people. Okay, there they are. Yeah. Easy. And if we watch this, he's not here, and I'm thinking he's here, he's here, he's here. Oh, look, he's on the map. Done. Yeah. And that's how fast these. That's how fast you want these habits to work. Right?
Got it.
So like, oh, okay, we can try and make this top play happen or something like that, right? But it's unlikely. Let's go back mid. Okay, and that's how we figure out the don't chase and then end up dying to guy who was missing on the map, right? Okay, second one, we said kill people, and we did talk about this a lot. But basically, every time you want to fight, like actually hit people, what are you gonna do?
Gale Force.
Yes, think about Gale Force play. Gale Force to enable W or E. And if you don't have to, you can just W and E normally, no problem. Yeah. What's another mechanical habit you can work on?
Definitely using the Q before the E. Like I need to think about it as basically part one of E.
Yes, exactly. It's part 1 of E, and part 1, usually part 2 comes really quickly, right? Unless you're repositioning with Gale Force or Flash, right? So the one time where you queued first, and it was really good, was you queued first, and then you reposition everything with Gale Force. It was really good. And every other time, it did not look so good, right? Right. So that's an easy habit. You can, either of these, I'm down for you to work on, but Gale Force will probably give you better results faster if you want to focus on it. But I would not worry about too many things. I want you to think one new habit per like area of gameplay. So for fights, one for mid game. Done. One for lane. Easy. And then the last one was laning that you mentioned, right? Which was what was that one? Remind me.
Just playing the matchup correctly and understanding what they are trying to do and not playing into it.
Okay, perfect. And now let's say we'll use the habit of every time we want minions, look at your support, look at their support.
Yeah.
Okay, and then let's back it up. And then while the screen is loading, this is what I like to do when the screen's loading, like this. Okay, I'm like, okay, on Bard Q, what's the play?
Q,
right?
And then back off. Yeah.
Perfect. And then on Bard stun, QE, something like that, right? Or on Bard stun within auto attack range, I'm going to W, QE, go full damage, right? What's the full damage follow-up? I guess is a good way to put it. And then the reverse. Okay, let's look at these guys. And then you're like, okay, we need to not get Q autoed by Senna. And if Senna W's us, it's going to lead into a Philios follow-up, right? With Senna W's Bard, what are you going to do?
Probably just throw out a quick QE at Senna and just back up.
Okay, this is how Bard dies, right? Because Senna W's Bard, what is the max damage follow-up for their lane?
Q auto into Aphelios stuff.
Yes, Aphelios stuff. He's gonna aim Bard. Okay.
Yeah.
How do we beat this?
I don't know if we really can, to be honest.
Okay, let me show you. Let me show you. This is a good way to show you is through examples. Okay, let me pull this up real quick. It will take like, I'll find this really quickly.
Okay.
Give me a second. Let me see. This should not be taking this long, but it's fine. I will for sure have an example. Fuck it. Let's use this. I don't think it really matters. Okay. This is Vandalis versus Callista Leona, I guess.
Okay.
So if they aim... Oh, okay, hold up. Let's let me see if I have a better one. This one might be too crazy. Okay, I want a more simple one. This is perfect. Okay, take a look at this. Instead of the Senna Aphelios, this is scarier. Lucian Pike, right?
Yeah.
And Pike hooks Soraka. What do you do? You say run away because she's dead, right?
Right.
Okay, let's watch this.
Wow.
Okay, how do we win?
Just focused on Lucian.
Perfect. Did I even hit everything? No, I missed everything. No, right. I missed like half my abilities. Doesn't matter. So what's the general pattern here?
Well, while their support is preoccupied with yours, and Lucian's also trying to capitalize on that pick, so to speak, you're just saying, "Fuck that! I'm gonna kill Lucian."
Exactly. Aim the ADC. Always aim the ADC. Easy, right? And then here's even more, just more examples. But you got the picture. You got the picture in one go, right? Check it out. How can you trick them into aiming the support here? It's pretty funny. This is a classic Twitch trick.
Oh, just having her walk into lane and
stuff. Yeah, just have her walk into lane, and then we're like, "Yo, go, Soraka, go!" The instant they hit Soraka with anything, what do? What do you think I'm gonna do?
Focus, feign.
Oh, we won. You see?
Yeah.
You see that? Oh, they used stuff on Soraka. We won. How hard did we win? It's pretty funny, right? Funny tricks. Funny. It's all just tricks, right? So yeah, if they aim Bard, it's just practice this in your head. Practice the envision the fight, the 2v2 in your head before the lane starts. This is how I do it. Okay, they're gonna Senna W's Bard. We aim Aphelios. Okay. Bard aims Senna. What do we do?
Aim Senna.
Oh,
Right.
but what's
No?
gonna happen if you do this?
Yeah. Aphelios is gonna do exactly what we just talked about.
Exactly. And then you say, does my exhaust win? Can we kill Senna in time? Or can you one-shot Senna?
Right.
That's the only, this is the only time you can aim the support you can get away with it.
Okay.
Getting away with murder. Okay, it has to be really good. Like, let's say Draven Leona against Ezreal Soraka. They can kill Soraka faster, so fast that you can't kill Draven.
Right.
Okay, that would be exceptions. You'll learn exceptions when it happens, right?
Okay.
But yeah, Bard aims Senna as a default. What do you do?
Bard aims Senna as a default. We are aiming on Aphelios.
Yes. Okay. Unless you really think there's no way, then you hit Senna and run, right?
Okay.
And then what else is there? Okay, Senna aims you. Then what?
Disengage, right?
Yes.
Or
Run.
Try. Yeah.
Run until when?
Until it's safe, or
If we have to win the 2v2, what has to happen?
okay. So then I guess you hit Senna until you can hit Aphelios, correct?
Okay, you're hitting Senna, and Senna's hitting you, and Aphelios is hitting you. We're kind of dying, right?
Right.
We need to be kiting until
Bard hits a stun or something.
a stun on who?
Aphelios.
Oh, you see, it's the same thing, right?
Yeah, right.
It's all the same thing. I'm telling you, it's all the same thing. Okay, once you start practicing this, you'll start to realize it's all the same thing. Okay,
Right.
Any kind of variation, you're like, okay, we gotta aim the ADC most of the time, right?
Right. Got it.
And then sorry.
Sorry.
You go.
I know that I'm just kind of repeating what you said, but just to make sure I got it.
Yeah,
So
of course.
In most cases, we're
Yeah.
going to be aiming the ADC unless the support is just like giga free.
Giga trolling. Remember when Senna was
Yeah.
giga trolling?
Yeah.
You remember that time? Do you remember?
Yep, I do.
Where was it? It was like in lane, right? She was walking up by herself inside her minion wave. All right, we killed this guy,
I
right?
think it was before this actually.
It was before this. Yeah, I think you're right. He lost like infinite health. He was like level 2 or something. He was like giga trolling. And on the cannon here, he's like inside the cannon, not like this.
Yeah.
Because she aimed you, but who else couldn't aim you?
Aphelios.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all the same, right? It's all the same thing, right?
So you
It's
think
very
that this
simple.
was worth to just commit on Senna right here?
Oh, okay. What would happen if you commit? Just like try and run her down.
Well, they have a huge wave. So there's that.
Remember, when you commit, what's gonna happen next?
Aphelios is going to start attacking me.
Yeah, it's the same thing, right? Are you gonna kill her before he kills you? No way.
Yeah.
Right? How do we know?
They've
this.
got a huge. Yeah. Heal.
It's impossible. Okay, so
Right.
they're gonna heal, they're gonna exhaust. You're gonna. And what's gonna happen is she's gonna heal, and you're gonna have to flash, and you're very sad, right?
Right.
So, because she's gonna exhaust you, you're gonna stick around. He's gonna heal bait. It's very sad. So, and then there's also a pattern. You'll notice when you try this a lot. I've done this like a million times, so that's how I know off the top of my head, right? I'm like, oh shit, let's kill this guy, and then you get beat up, right? So, a lot of it is experience, but you can kind of math it out if it makes any sense.
Yeah, I see.
Right?
I see.
Okay, what else? That was your question, right?
Actually, I had if you don't have anything more, I have a couple questions if you don't mind me asking. So in this game, what are your thoughts on like where I was on the map in general? Do you think I was like generally in the right areas?
Yeah, I think overall it just ended up being a lot of PvP. Okay, so let's take a look here in the mid game, right? A lot of it was PvP ideas, and then and then a lot of like this. Like this is a big throw, for example, right?
Right.
Like very random. But you weren't in the wrong place. It was just more like we didn't play it right.
Right.
So like look at this. Are we supposed to be mid? Yes. It's probably doing something. We can fight. I'm down, right? All this is not outside. Yeah, but then we just like ended up dying because we don't realize that he's here, right? So we're in the right area. We're in mid lane, right? This is the right area. So it's kind of like intent, I guess. What we're trying to do in this area is the big one, right? So like let's keep going. Like let's keep going until the next kind of throw, right? Like we're going mid. This is correct, right? No problem.
Yeah.
Wait, we died here. Oh yeah, and then we played the fight wrong, right? Somehow we died. This like imagine if you live here. What do you think we can get?
Oh, it's great. I mean, we could probably just go to Baron.
Yeah, mid, get dragon. Yeah, mid, potentially. Neither jungle's alive, but I'm kind of down to maybe try, right? Swain's got full HP. Fuck it. I'm down to just Baron, and they can't do anything about it, right? So yeah, there's a lot of options here, right? Like at a minimum, dragon and mid is super free, right?
Okay.
And then because we died, somehow someone's in the middle of doing dragon this fight. You see like the game is kind of changed because we died there, right?
Right.
And then we win this fight, we go mid. Oh yeah, what's up?
I was worried about,
like decision-making stuff, right?
Yeah. Like I think that it's for me as a person, I think it's more manageable to try to fix some of these, mechanical issues that I'm having rather than, trying to like fix my thought process of like where I need to be. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you're in the right place. I think a lot of times it's just intent when it comes to fighting is a good way to put it. Like here's a great one, for example. Okay, so let's say you dumped everything. Good W play, good root play. Are you done?
No.
Were you not done?
Well, I wasn't in this game, but I think that I should be as soon as Poppy misses that, and everyone's respawning and probably running straight to Baron.
Yeah, like do you have a way to do damage right now?
No, I do not.
Okay, so what happens when you approach them without a way to do damage?
You die.
So check it out here, right? Okay, so we're gonna do like 100 damage and instantly died, right?
Right.
Unironically, it was 100 damage, right? So this is a classic. Don't approach without a play, right? So it's like intent, right? Are we in the right place? Yeah, we're at Baron. We're doing Baron. They have no smite. Well, I guess they do have smite coming from base, but this Baron's kind of low. This guy, at a certain point, let's just like watch this. He's leaving. Fuck it, hit the Baron, make him come to us, right? And then somehow we end up dying. And then when we could have, do you think we could have won this fight? Look at this. If we had lived here,
probably not.
You think we can't win this fight?
Oh, with Shen? Oh yeah, for sure.
Remember, Shen's ultings, Swain's right next to us. Yeah. It's definitely winnable, right? Swain, I don't know why Swain's not ulting now. Oh yeah, he did ulti. But yeah, it's definitely winnable. Oh my god, Swain instantly disappeared. What?
Udyr. It's ridiculous.
Oh my god, this is fucking. Oh my god, this is the build that's running around. The one-shot Udyr build. That's crazy. But yeah, there's definitely potential here, right? Because Shen, taunt, Udyr, whatnot. But yeah, so a lot of it is coming down to the PvP. And how you view the PvP. So yeah, right now it's just about developing making sure these damage patterns are clean, and also making sure that we're not chasing without any play is a good way to put it. Because I do think the time when we died chasing Zach, you also didn't have a play. You also used everything, right? And then Udyr popped out, right? So that kind of connects. Yeah.
Honestly, I think a lot of that issue comes from transitioning from a tank role to ADC, because
true.
A lot of the gameplay around Shen is like, even when my abilities are up, I'm still or down, I'm still kind of useful just soaking up damage for.
Yeah. You would run in, you were the one face checking, they hit you. You play time for your cooldowns and you taunt someone, right? And you play time, that stuff. But as ADC, you walk up, you can't play time, you're just dead, right? So yeah, you're right. And a lot of it is, you are the first guy in as Shen and whatnot. So as a tank top laner, right? Or tank role, I should say, right? Yeah. Including like warding these bushes when your jungle's not on that side of the map, right? So yeah.
And then I had two more questions. Sorry if
of
I'm
course.
like pressing you for time, you can tell me to fuck off whenever.
No, you're good.
But so another question is that, so I love playing Xayah. I think she's a really fun champ. I really love her kit. But I was curious if you thought that maybe, is there any other champion that maybe kind of provides something similar to Xayah, but maybe might be easier to execute? Or I guess I'm just kind of asking what your thoughts on Xayah are in general.
So I think right now, if this is kind of how we look at things. Okay, who's having success, right? So we open this up, and then we type Xayah. Oops. Type Xayah here, and then I just look at this, and I'm like, okay, I saw this yesterday, so I was gonna play it. Karzi is having great success right now. And how is he doing it? Lethality, QE, spam build, no W damage, right?
That's actually really interesting, because I remember reading that was not as good. recent.
Yeah, it used to be meta, and then it got nerfed. But apparently it's... I mean, look at this guy. He's literally winning... let's take a look. How many games in a row is this? I mean, this looks pretty convincing to me, no? Right?
Yeah.
Without playing any Xayah beforehand. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right? So, like, he's got... I mean, he's onto something. Right? If this is winning so many games like this in this way. So I would go in and be like, okay, how is he doing it? It's QE spam, right? And then does he focus on W? Not really. So then okay, then you go into game, QE spam, maybe play for root sometimes. Just like copy essentially, right? And then the stuff that isn't really working so well, that's why I was like, oh, what's going on with the builds? Because everyone else is kind of like all over the place, right? Everyone's got a different build and there's a lot of red. That I'm seeing here. So but I would say I would say from what I saw, it's you watch your fights and say, oh, what looked really good? The Gale Force positioning plays with your root. And then you repeat those. What didn't look so good? And then we try and create habits to prevent those. Right? But I think for things like Xayah, she's pretty unique, right? So I guess somewhat short range with two different playmaking abilities, and then one has CC. That's pretty. Let me see. Let's take a look, because I mean CC ADCs are like Ashe and Varus normally, but I don't think you really want to play those, to be honest.
I actually play a bit of Ashe, but I tend to like Xayah in most situations a lot.
Yeah. So. I mean, the other, it seems kind of troll to say it's similar, but Jhin, I would say is similar because... I
love playing Jhin.
Jin's W is like Xayah root, okay? And then Jhin 4-shot is like Xayah W, right? So every fight, you're looking for a 4-shot play, a W play, and Gale Force to enable either, right? It's somewhat similar in terms of, you have two plays, one of them is CC, and then you also build Gale Force normally, right? The ulti is definitely different. And Jhin E is also kind of like whatever, but yeah, I mean, I would say Jhin can be kind of similar, right? Just up to you. Just play around and experiment with some of these guys. Maybe Jinx even, probably not. But yeah, and then new season is coming. Preseason is coming. So
yeah, I heard that. I was reading that apparently the new Navari quick blades will be pretty good on Xayah.
Oh yeah, true. The auto attack reduces cooldown. So instead of having one fat root play and then one really good W play, or sorry, 2 root plays and 1 W play in a fight, it might be like 10 root plays. That might be crazy, right? Perma root someone, honestly. W. Okay, let me think about this. It'd be like Q auto root W, auto attack a lot, and then you have root up again. You might root someone twice, and you two for 1 special. Yeah, so that might be something to think about.
Yeah, and that's actually why I kind of wanted to continue playing Xayah, is just knowing that change was coming to that item, and
yes.
Thought that would be really nice. And then another question I had is, what are your thoughts on exhaust over heal? Because that's what I take most of the time.
So let's take a look. It has to work in lane. Does exhaust work in this lane?
Not really.
Yeah, not really. So I personally think you need to play for lane most of the time, because it's gonna dictate how the mid game goes, and then mid game will dictate how the late game goes. But if you say I need exhaust for like Udyr, and we're gonna sack a little bit of lane, I'm down. Because like let's say you have Bard and you say this lane is fucked anyways, I'm just gonna take exhaust. You can say that, right? As long as it's logical, I don't mind. If it's like you're just taking it just for fun, just like this one is like you're only exhausting Diana here, and you have ulti as an answer anyway, so this might not make as much sense in my opinion. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. But exhaust is really good against all in ADCs like Draven, Tristana, whatnot, and of course a lot of flavors of mid jungle top, right? But if you're playing against like this is probably not it, right? You're not exhausting Annie. You could exhaust Vi, I guess, but this is not the summoner for the lane. I would go Heal or Ghost or something like that, right?
I see.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, I think that's really it. It's really helpful, honestly.
Good. Definitely practice. If I were you, I would practice 1 habit per area of gameplay. 1 lane, one macro, and then 1 in fights, anytime a fight breaks out. Okay. And I think this will help you a lot in terms of improving. And if it's too much to like worry about, I would just cut it down to 1 in lane, 1 out of lane, right? But the way you make these permanent parts of your gameplay is, like you said, reps. Okay, repetition. Doesn't matter if you're doing it correctly. Or sorry, it doesn't matter if you're doing it correctly. But if you have the right thinking and you screw it up, that's totally fine. Doesn't matter, right? Like let's say you're like, oh shit, this is a QRE flash Gale Force play on Katarina, and you like mechanically mess it up. That's fine. Like practice tool, whatever. You have the right idea. Do it again. It's reps, right? But if you had no idea, then it's doomed.
Right. That's kind of like what I was saying before. Is that I'd rather have an idea and mis-execute it than not have an idea at all.
Yes, that's exactly what it is, right? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Because there you'll know exactly what went wrong. You can fix it, right?
Right. Yeah, that's
already
definitely a different way of approaching than I have.
Yeah, don't worry about anything else. Just worry about the things you're working on, right? Everything else is autopilot, no problem. Just trying to make the autopilot, just trying to make your autopilot better is a good way to put it, right?
Okay. Yeah, man, you're a good coach.
Oh, thank you.
You want to do something
I try. Yep.
I'm not trying to talk shit, but actually the game that I showed you, I had someone coaching me live, and it was not helpful at all.
Oh, who is coaching live?
Are you streaming right now?
Oh, I can turn off the recording and then we can talk about it.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, turn off the recording.
I don't want to.
Sorry, YouTube.